Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back. So, video is going to be, I guess, kind of short, just kind of tidying up some things. Well, not tidying because that implies that, like, we're almost done. Finishing up the manifold, I guess, is the thing. So, left off, manifold's done. Came out fairly decent. Only thing I didn't finish on it was getting the wastegate on. So I've gone ahead and I've welded up a little flangey boy there to get that little undercut there. But anyways, you know, get that mounted on. I'm not exactly thrilled about the location I decided on. Mainly because I've read a lot about like wastegate priority and everything, and how the wastegate should be in the ideal location so that you don't get boost creep and stuff like that. So you don't want it to be 90 degrees out like I basically have it. It's gonna go here inside. No, obviously not that way. But unfortunately, I'm a ricer first, before I am a racer, and I felt like the aesthetics was more important than the actual functionality, I guess. So one would think maybe right in the front would be better, since that's really more in the direction of flow, but that would be pretty hideous. I mean, it would probably work, but plus the design of the manifold doesn't really warrant a good location for it. So off to the side of this. Plus, I don't think boost creep's gonna be. Like a huge issue, because I'm pretty much gonna be running all the boost anyways. We're gonna be 30-40 psi, so I mean, hopefully it doesn't creep more than that, because that'd be bad. But I don't think it will. Usually you run into boost creep issues when you run a fairly large turbo that really wants to just give it its all, and you're trying to only run like 15-20 psi. It just really wants. So I think at the boost level I'll be running on such a small engine, I don't think boost creep will be a very big concern. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up a little bit, get the manifold back off the car, get it back on the bench, get it back purged, and then get this welded on, and then check that off the list as things that are done. And so I figure I'll show you the custom work here. There's our little pipey do here. This is a 90 degree that I cut, trimmed out to fit in here in a somewhat snug fashion. It's not perfect. I know that there's people that would prefer like a 100% perfect kind of fit up, but we won't be going. Won't be going for perfect fit up. A little bit of gap. Have to purge the crap out of it. Probably gonna burn through the last of the gas I got. But as long as it's purged, I don't mind burning through a little bit. The way I got this, so I used a carbide hole saw bit. So I was able to get a nice real nice perfect cut out of there. And basically all I did was I just kind of measured this guy here. Got ourselves a nice, fairly nice, close enough kind of fit. Could probably do a little bit more, get it a little bit better, but I don't want to ruin it, So I think we're pretty good where we are. I could probably make that a little bit. Let's run ahead and trim this up just a little bit more. Maybe we can get in there, and so not perfect, but I mean pretty good. It's a pretty good fit, I think, anyways. There we go. Get that in focus there. So yeah, it's a pretty good fit. It's kind of on top, not really inside of. A little bit of gap at the bottom, but the sides are pretty good. So that should be a decent fit. Fun to watch me as I progressively mess this up. So there's some proof that I can in fact lay a somewhat decent bead. This will probably be the only decent bead I lay though, because I'm impatient and I want to get stuff done, and I know I should let this cool for a really long time. I'm not. Alright, it's got that welded on there. Not too bad. Welds are definitely improving, especially when you look at that and compare it to that. You know, those look pretty decent, especially down there. I didn't think those were going to look all that great. Had to fill in some gap over there. Yeah, it's you know, pretty decent. Not shiny, kind of cooked the chromium out of them, but you know, at least the shape of the beads are looking much better. It's a little toasty. That looks pretty sweet. See? Aesthetics. It's all about the aesthetics. Function comes second. So, of course, that's going to be right out into the radiator. Realistically, it'll probably be tilted, like pointed back that way a little bit, but I think we'll have plenty of space. Alright, we are back. Brief intermission for you guys. So, all the supplies, or most of the supplies, came in for the downpipe. So I have a large supply of 3.5-inch pipe. Way overbought. Bought the hot rod kit off of Summit. It's enough for like a dual 3.5-inch exhaust system on like I don't know, like a lead sled or something. I pretty much have enough pipe to do the exhaust on this car like 2.5 times, but it's always good to have some extra stuff laying around. So, you know, some of the parts, big, giant, huge 4-inch flex section. Just I mean, that's huge. I mean, that's not just hammering. That's a big piece of pipe. Like, you would think a 1/2 inch wouldn't make that big of a difference. You know, but here's the old 3-inch downpipe, and here's the piece of 4-inch pipe right next to each other. You can see the size difference there. I mean, that's, you would think it, ow, that hurt like hell. Yeah, that's gonna bleed. So anyways, I'm gonna start fabbing that up. Jeez. The other piece I had been waiting for is this little guy. So it's a 3.5 inch to 3-inch cast adapter. Kind of heavy, but I don't know. I couldn't find any other transitions that were like a 90. Yeah, I found a couple of real short 3.5 inch to 3-inch reducers, but they're like, you know, just straight. I don't have a whole lot of space to work with. I could have just there's some 3-inch V-band to 3.5 inch pipe adapters. They're real short. That would have worked, you know, but I don't know. I just kind of like the look of a smooth transition. So I already know that I'm going to have to cut a good deal of this off for it to clear. It's going to be close in there. Will be doable, you know, so I'll probably start with that. Get that fitted up, tack on a V-band, and then just kind of start assembling the downpipe. It was my spiffy tabletop bandsaw, you know, Harbor Freight portaband, and just took some scrap metal I had laying around and built up a little table, a little stand. Used the 2 screws that hold on the foot, and made a nice little tabletop bandsaw. We'll see how well that works. See how long that blade lasts on some 304 stainless. Alright, so here we are inside the engine bay, turbo all mounted up temporarily. And like I said, this is a real close fit in here. Just about clears, but it's touching this motor mount. I could, of course, redesign the motor mount, but there's a solid like 2 inches here that don't really need to be there. So I'll cut a small section of that off first and see how well it fits. I may just go ahead. I don't want to do it a bunch of times. I'll probably end up just cutting this whole, probably just go ahead and end up cutting this whole section off right here and then welding the V-band to that. So let's see if I can get this marked up so I can cut a straight line. This piece was 50 freaking bucks, so don't want to mess her up. Alright, so we got the elbow mocked up on there. We got a 90-degree pipe here that I've cut down and sanded flat. So we'll get that kind of estimated. Yeah, so this cast piece, real nice. It's super heavy. Like this isn't even the complete downpipe, and it, you know, it's pretty girthy. It's all at 3 pounds probably, just this thing. So, but I don't know. I think it's coming out pretty good. We'll get our flex section on there. Have a pretty good looking. Looks like a downpipe for a diesel or something. But this will probably be further back because this would put it right up under the oil pan, and I don't think I have clearance for it, but I don't know, I might. That'd be a good place for a transition. Yeah, we'll see. Alright, so years ago I welded 3 flange onto this turbo, and it was the wrong side of the flange, or it was just a normal flange. It wasn't a one that had a groove on it. And so since I'm building a new downpipe, I want to make sure that I actually have a male and female sided flange for the turbo. So alright, sorry for not showing you what's going on up under the car and whatnot, but it's just hard getting up and down and whatnot. So went ahead, I cut the flange off the turbo, welded a new one on. You know, it's a male-female flange, so it interlocks. When I did that, that brought things in a little bit and gave me a little more room, so I was able to take the downpipe and actually clock it. So I didn't need as extreme of a bend in it, but I do still need a slight tweak. It is a very, very minor tweak to get the pipe centered where I want the exhaust to be centered. I mean, it is very minor. I could just do a straight pipe and then, you know, weld the flange on crooked, but if we're going at this, we might as well go at it right? So we might as well be sticklers and count every angle and be super duper anal about every little thing. So when you're welding pipe like this, you're doing a butt weld like this, your fit up needs to be immaculate. It needs to be like perfect, no gap, or at least as small of a gap as humanly possible, because if you have any little bit of gap, the minute the torch hits it, it's just going to eat that edge out and you're going to burn through. So that's why I bought a belt sander, because I knew I'd use the hell out of it, because all these things have to be flat, like super duper flat. Like it has to be a perfect mate. So we'll get this tacked up, and then I think we'll actually be able to do the final welds on this. So we got the purge hooked up. It's been purging for a few minutes now. Had it purging at like 10 CFH. Turned it down to like 7 or 8 just to conserve gas. I'm not looking for perfect like medical grade welds. I just don't want it to sugar hardcore inside. It's not going to be great, but like I said, I just don't want it to be too bad. But I'm not going to burn a whole bunch of argon just to get nice pretty welds inside. I know that it's for strength and blah 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 and all that stuff, but I know what's right and I know what I can get away with. so yeah. Actually, well, let me go ahead and clean it. That's what she looks like. Those came out really good. I think that this is like a different type of stainless. I think this is like 316 instead of 308 or something. Ours is 308. It's not like Chinese and actually has the proper amount of chromium in it, because that came out great. I welded that just like I welded this, and that came out a lot duller. So either this pipe is a lower grade stainless or that flange is different. I don't know, same thing with this. This coupler was a nightmare. Like, you touch it with the torch and it just starts evaporating. So next time I get a a flex piece, it'll have the couplers attached instead of it being a butt weld, because that was just a nightmare. But anyways, there's the whole thing, the whole 3-inch to 3.5-inch diesel truck dump tube. Well, not really a dump tube, but downpipe. So, alright, we'll go ahead and call it a night. Alright, so we'll go ahead and call this puppy done. We got the bung in there. I would pull it out and show you but anyways, you know, that works. It's still really, really hot. So, a little crunchy feeling, but, you know, should be alright. So we're done there. We got the pipes there. I got a little tiny bit, you can't see anything in there. But, anyways, I had a little bit of sugaring, because I probably didn't have quite enough purge going on, especially back there where the coupler was welded, you know, or the flex joint, but not a whole lot of anything to really worry about. And I don't know if you can really see the bung. There we go. That's all. So yeah, bung's in there. No sugaring or any bad crystallization or whatever you want to call it. So, like I said, I probably could have purged a little heavier. I probably could have went a full 10 CFH, but Argon's you know, it's 60 bucks for yeah, about 60 bucks for the big bottle there. And I burned another hole in my shirt. Oh, 3 holes in my shirt. Cool. From moving the TIG torch while it's hot and pressing it against my body. Yeah, so next thing we'll be doing the rest of the exhaust, but right now we'll just call the downpipe done, and we'll get the rest of the exhaust finished up at a later date. So the other thing is Wastegate guy. So I think I'm just gonna plumb something up where I got this piece of J tube /45, and I think I'll make it so that it comes out and kind of loops back a little bit and just goes down and kind of follows that. So I think that'll look pretty cool. I didn't want to make it too complicated, but I also didn't want it to not like look like I at least tried. So this will probably be something like this. Is the way this will go. Not, you know, like I said, not anything too fancy. Kind of angled down a little bit, but also kicked back just so it looks intentional, you know. So we'll get that tacked up and weld it together. That'll be our. I really am kind of getting the hang of this. Still not, you know, beautiful welds or anything. Hey, my battery's almost dead, but pretty decent. So I'll go ahead and get this done, and then we'll be done. Yeah, so that looks pretty snazzy. So I kind of have it routed this way to follow the downpipe, because I may integrate it back into the exhaust, you know, keep it nice and quiet. So just do another angle and have it go right in that way. Haven't really decided yet. You know, just to kind of keep it a little more quiet. But you do lose some flow that way, so it may be better off if I leave it open and just deal with it being loud. The reason why it doesn't just come straight down and over is because, like I said, there's going to be the radiator comes out this way. So I haven't decided if it's going to be a hose, it's going to be 180, or if I'm going to end up cutting the neck off of the radiator and welding, you know, a 90 on there or something. I mean, a 90 would work actually pretty well if it just came right out this way. But I haven't decided. That'd probably be the easiest thing. Never thought I'd say that welding would be the easiest thing instead of just putting a hose on there, but it'd be the cleanest thing. But anyways, so there's the downpipe. There's the wastegate dump. That looks pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and end this video here, and the next video will be me fabricating up the rest of the 3-inch exhaust, which I've already started in this video, but it's going to take some time, so I'll do it in a separate video. So, till next time, guys.